Hi, this is Dean Odell with 7 Gables Real Estate in the Odell Group. It's time for another Tustin Talks. Today is the day after the election, and I really can't say what kind of effect that's going to have because, quite honestly, this is being filmed 2 days before the election. So it's hard to really say how that's going to affect real estate. But let me just tell you, in the past, it really hasn't mattered. The first year after an election, no matter who gets in, is a good year for real estate, and it looks like it's going to be that way this year as well. So any of you sellers who have been holding off, now's the time. Buyers, let's talk about what's in store for you. But first, before that, let's look at the charts and talk about what's going on in Orange County. Okay, starting with the active listing inventory. Last year at this time, there were 5,921 homes. Right now, there are only 3,944 homes, and ding, 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 ding. This is a historical low for Orange County real estate. That's right. Never has the inventory been this low this time of year. So let's just talk about what a normal drop in inventory is from here to the end of the year. So normally we would see on a 5-year historical basis a 27% drop in inventory. If we project that out, that would put our inventory starting the year at 2,075 homes, which, guess what? Another historical low. But we'll see how this goes, and we're going to talk about how demand is going to affect this inventory in the end of the year months here. Demand is entering what we call the holiday market, you guys, and what that historically means is that demand drops about 31% from here to the end of the year. Well, I just told you inventory is dropping 27 and demand's dropping 31. That's not really going to make much of a difference in terms of the feel of the market and the velocity of the market. Right now, there are 3,019 homes. We are way above the demand in the prior years. So if you look at our projected demand as compared to the projected inventory, you're going to see that we're still going to have a very busy market. Sorry to interrupt this program, but you know what? Let's make sure you're subscribed to Tustin Talks. Click on the button below next to our name, and if that doesn't work for any reason, you can just go to TustinTalks.com or our websites, the Odell Group and NorthTustin.com, and subscribe there. So let's continue. So this is what I call my favorite slide, and what it shows here is the demand by price range. You can see the dark green, which means it is a seller's market all the way up to $2 million measured by the expected time on the market. And if you look at the 2 to 4 million range, you can see that's a balanced market. Neither favors the buyer or the seller. The over $4 million range is what we call a deep buyer's market. You can see the inventory there. 9% of the inventory only has 1% of the demand. So you can compare that through this chart. And what you need to understand here is that there's still a third of the inventory out there that is not selling in under 60 days, okay? So despite that 39-day overall average for the entire market, this means that 2/3 of the expected inventory will be what we call saleable in the next 60 days. And if you compare that with the amount of demand projected, you can see that the demand is actually ahead of the expected inventory going into the end of the year. So what does that mean for sellers? It means that it's still a very good market. It's just whether or not you're okay having your house on the market for the holidays. You got to remember, after the holidays, there will be a lot more people coming on. It's still all relative to how much demand there is to supply, and the supply and demand is still in your favor. So finally, this just shows the expected marketing time, which we talked about is 39 days, and how that's compared to the previous years. You can see, my goodness, if you look back at 2018, you could see during this time of year, the expected marketing time was probably somewhere around 115 days by the orange line on here. So things have changed quite a bit. Okay, buyers, so what does this mean for you? Still great rates. Some people are projecting that we are at the bottom as far as interest rates go. There's just not much room for them to go down further. We'll have to see how that plays out. So if there's a house that you like there over the holiday season, Go ahead and make offers. The market's still very busy. I think almost everybody on our team wrote an offer last week, you know, so it's busy out there. I know the competition's a lot, but hang in there, and if you need some help finding a great house, please give us a call, because we always have inventory that's coming on the market soon. So sellers, what do we say for you? Well, are you willing to sell your house over the holidays? Because there's still going to be a lot of buyer demand out there, and we are still seeing multiple offers, believe it or not. Just had a house that we sold this last week, one of our listings, that had 5 offers on it. So inventory is slim, buyer demand is high, still all very, very good signs for you. But don't forget, about a third of the inventory is not selling because people are still overpricing their properties. You cannot just price a house at any level you want. So if you want to know how to make that house look as good as possible to get you the most money, we provide all the services. It's a turnkey program. We can do what I tell people all the time, 0 to 100. We can do nothing or we can do everything. So it's all about what you want, because at the Odell Group, we're all about you. So go ahead and give us a call. We'd love to help you out. And by the next Tustin Talks, hopefully we'll know who our president is, because this looks like it's going to be a contentious ballot count, right? So let's just see. Hopefully in 2 weeks, we know who our president is, and we'll see you on the next Tustin Talks. Bye-bye. The Odell Group's been around for nearly 40 years. We are ranked number 9 in transactions closed, and we can give you the right advice to help you make good decisions. So please click on our subscribe button here and start watching the videos, and let us know if there's anything we do to help you.